Hello everybody, welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Today will be something a little different. We are climbing through the gold rank, but as I'm doing so, I'm noticing more and more that ranked is broken. So, in the background you'll see a couple examples of what I'm talking about. But in a grand sense, I'd say more than half the duels that I've been in since entering ranked have either been surrendered, completely thrown, or played against like a structure deck or a starter deck of some kind, which is kind of ridiculous if you're asking me. I understand that in beginner and in bronze, maybe a little bit in the beginnings of silver, but like towards the end of silver and into gold, like I expect to see some better decks. I expect to see, some amount of counterplay other than I negated one thing and so you surrender. You know, on top of that, I see a lot of these self TK decks, like the one that I'm intentionally comboing on. I could just let him kill himself, but I like to waste their time because personally, I come into this game to play this game. It's not necessarily about the win or the lose rate. I like playing the cards. I like looking at my cards. I like making decisions and interacting and seeing what they're doing and playing against that. And if every other game is just, oh, you get a free win, okay, then what ends up happening is really low skill players are ending up higher than they're supposed to be. So I've faced almost nothing but noobs entirely all the way up to I think in gold 3, 4 or 3 or something right now, and I've had maybe one meta deck that I've actually went up against and had to play against, and they still weren't even that good. So yeah, basically the problem that I see with this is there is no low or mid-range for players to like practice and get better in when you have too many of these players doing this. I assume what they're doing is ranking down to, I guess, start the next season at a lower rank. I don't see what like 100 gems or something is gonna do when it affects the health of the game so drastically. I guess in a nutshell, it's just, guys, stop throwing games, stop burning yourself to death, and maybe, stop surrendering so much, because, you'll see in some of these replays, you see this Sacred Beast player, he gets through, we do a little bit, we activate some cards, we bounce him with the Silcatus. Okay, he plays a card, I negate one card, he completely surrenders. And here the same thing's gonna happen to this Blue Eyes player. Now, it's not that surrendering is bad, it's just, you can't surrender before you know the game's done. Also, if you're losing a lot and you're surrendering and you feel like you're having a rough time, try, looking at your opponent's decks and seeing what kind of themes you can pick from there. Because too often do I see players playing complete garbage, if we're just being honest. They're playing Blue Eyes decks like this guy, and the Rage of the Blue Eyes and just a bunch of defensive traps like it's Duel Links. Again, like, this is not Duel Links, this is Master Duel. You're gonna have to update a little bit to the times. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's so bad I don't even want to come out with my new deck. But enough ranting about the rank ladder. Here you'll actually see the second loss of my entire account. So yeah, these things do happen. We lose. This is the second loss in rank, actually the second loss at all that we've had since we started playing this, and Harpy's Feather Duster. We had a great hand, great opening. We activate the protocol just to get him on the field, and then he has the Infirm as well. So there's not a whole lot I can do from that, and Plunder Patrol, I'm not sure what all they do, so let's try to learn. He's gonna summon. He can summon again and add one back to his hand. And he's gonna go ahead and link him off into Blackbeard. Whitebeard resummons or summons something. I'm just kind of trying to keep up as I go. Golden Hair summon. The patrol ship gets equipping and boosting, it looks like. Okay. So we're gonna draw, we're gonna see if we can try to turn this around. We draw just a single Silkatist. Now, it's not the worst thing in the world, because when he gets destroyed, I will return a trap card to my hand, which is helpful. But it's not gonna be enough, sadly, I don't think. So, you know, I want to give him the satisfaction of winning. I'm sure with Plunder Patrol, it hasn't been easy rolling through. He drew the perfect card in his opening hand to get this win, so I'm not going to rob that from him, you know? And here, with the Protocol and the Emerald Health, I could have actually gotten a single negate off, which would have been nice, but, you know, it's fine. To let him get this win kind of BMs me a little bit, does a little more. Because at that point, when you Cosmic and I flip up my Protocol, and you can see, look, dude, I don't have anything else. Just take me out, all right? And so he's gonna go equipping, slam, and he gets his win, and that's great. So yep, second loss. Harpy's Feather Duster is a bitch. And for the next duel, I have no idea what this guy was playing. I'd like to see, so I can check later. So we are going to Marionetter, grab the elf, got the Protocol, got our Solemn cards, which would have been nice against that Harpy's Feather Duster. So we can flip up Protocol, Silkatist bounce, Emmetelf summon. Okay, and then you can link with the Emmetelf and the Silk into the Hexia, and Silk will actually return the Emmetelf back to the hand. And then we can reset both of those after attacking. So he's gonna Draining Shield, haven't seen that since Blue Eyes and Duel Links. And we're gonna go ahead to our main phase 2, summon back our Silk under the Hexia, and pass it over. So we're gonna go ahead, activate Protocol early in the draw phase. He activates the Scapegoat, and I say, I don't feel like swinging through 4 of those things, so we're gonna Solemn Warning and negate. He's gonna Future Fusion, we're gonna say bounce. I don't feel like letting you have those materials to your graveyard, so we'll make you wait one more time. So then on our turn, we can go ahead, we can link these into a Hexia, letting our first Hexia search. Okay, we go for a Meliseek. I thought we went for Multi-Faker here. Oh yeah, I want to clear some of this back row. So we Meliseek, send the back row, Hexia, swing in for 2k. We're going to flip up the Emerald Health. Summon another Hexia. Meliseek, search the Multi-Faker. Set 2 cards, pass it over. We're going to flip that in the draw phase, summoning our Multi-Faker. Multi-Faker's going to summon the Silk, and when he goes to activate the Future Fusion Ascend, we will bounce it, negating. And that's enough from him. He said, I'm out of here. And now for the actual crux of the video here. I'd like to show you an actual meta deck versus our deck. So we open up Meliseek, Protocol, Cosmic, Multi-Faker, Silk, not a bad hand at all, but we are going up against Despia. So he sets 2, plays the Despian Tragedy, activates Albion, Branded Bond, summons him from the graveyard, doesn't try to fuse with us because we are a water. Meliseek's gonna search for our Marionetter. And we're gonna go ahead and flip the protocol on the second attack, summoning Multi-Faker, summoning our second Silk from the deck. I have considered bumping up to 3 Silks because things like this happen. If you have one in your hand and one in the deck, then now Multi-Faker cannot summon any more from the deck unless you get a personal spoofing to shuffle one back into the deck. So, just a thought, but I haven't really found a need to do it yet. So he passes over, it's our turn. We draw the Hidden Village of the Spellcasters, which will, as long as we're the only player with a Spellcaster monster, he cannot activate spell cards. So I'm thinking that's going to be amazing for this matchup. So we attack him with the Meliseek. Meliseek's going to send his Albaz to the graveyard, and then we're going to go ahead and link up into our first Hexia here. And then Meliseek is going to go ahead and try to search, and he's going to chain Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. That card just special summons, quick effect, if there is a extra deck monster on my side of the field, and then I think he boosts Dogmaticas or something like that. I personally don't think Dogmaticas are super great, though I haven't really given them too much of a chance, so maybe I'll like them in the future, but as of right now, I'm not a big fan. So our opponent is going to finally Branded Fusion. Thought he would never have that card. And then we're going to Emeltelf under the Extia. I'm realizing right now that the Secret Village is not live since the Dogmatica cards are in fact spellcasters. So he's going to Albion with his Branded Fusion, and we're going to Protocol Negate. And we're going to chain Multi-Faker since a trap was activated last chain. This is a very complicated deck. If you're not super in tune with the different steps and resolutions and the way effects work and things like that, like if you've never played paper Yu-Gi-Oh! And had to figure those things out yourself, I probably wouldn't recommend this deck because it is super complicated, and I run low on time all the time, and I've been playing this deck for a little while. I've been playing it for about a year just on Master Duel. So here he's going to attack. We have the Multi-Faker. We're going to chain the Conquery. Conquery is going to target and negate. We just pick that for no reason because the other attack is negated, so the attack boost doesn't matter. And Incredible Ecclesia will add herself to the hand in the end phase as long as a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard this turn. So now it's our turn. We're going to draw. We draw the Imperm. That's not too bad. And we can go ahead, link the Hexia and the Marionetter. Wait, that was my Multi-Faker, excuse me, into another Hexia, which gives you the search, but it also gives you the ability to summon your Hexias then from the graveyard, which can lead to very fast OTKs when they point at each other. And then we can go ahead and Marionetter summon the Faker from the graveyard, which will trigger Faker's ability to summon from the deck, summoning a Meliseek to link those into our third and final Hexia underneath the first one. You can see him getting a little frustrated with his big boys and say, I want some of my own. So we Meliseek search our second Multi-Faker, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to swing in on some cards. So he protects with the, I believe, branded opening. And then we swing and destroy the Tragedy, which only triggers on being sent by a card effect. And we are going to Manifestation here in his draw phase, summoning our third Hexia, and summoning our Multi-Faker. And see, this is where I don't have a Silkatist in the deck, so I ended up having to summon a Kukuri, which is literally useless other than a body on the field. So he's activating to reset a card here. We're going to go ahead and negate Protocol. And he can summon the Ecclesia, activating the branded in white. And this is where Hextia tribute the multi-faker and negate. Ecclesia can special summon all she wants to. I'm not super concerned. Summoning the Albaz. I'm hoping he activates here. Activate. Discard his last card. Infinite Impermanence. And look at the tempo shift. If you notice, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in play, and he's finally down to his last 2 here. So he summons, I don't remember what this card's name is, but it's the new Contact Fusion for the Albaz. So he takes out my first Hextia, does some damage, swings in, takes out another one. This card can attack a number of times based on its materials. He swings in again, does some more damage. I'm down to 3,200. It's our turn. We're going to go ahead, activate Manifestation's second ability, adding another Altergeist trap to our hand. We need the elf. He's activating Albion to set the branded in white. Incredible Ecclesia can return herself to our hand. Alright, things are looking a little more even. We're at 4 to 7. But it's not going to matter too much longer. We Silkatis bounce his fusion, set 3 pass. This is where it's going to happen. Main phase, activate the branded in white. We knew it was coming. Solemn warning, pay 2,000, negate. And since it's a counter trap, you're not chaining anything to it. He summons the Incredible Ecclesia. We flip up the protocol. Battle phase. We Silkatis bounce and the bounce, returning his Dogmatica back to the hand. And now we're going to remember he has that Flitterly in the hand, which he can quick effect summon if we summon from the extra deck. So we're going to have to finish this off. We have 500 life points left. We're not ready to give it up. End phase, we summon the Emmetel, draw a card, Solemn Judgment, we can actually still use that. So we summon Marionetter, set a protocol from the deck. Marionetter can tribute the Emmetel, summon the Hextia to the left. Now we have a spell trap negate. Nice. Set 2, go to battle phase, swing in for 16, swing in for another 16, go to main 2, go to end phase. I think this might be it. Let's see what he's got. Flim Flam, you've been an amazing opponent. Thank you for actually playing something competent, giving me a good duel. Turn 11, you see that? Turn 11, you don't see that these days. We draw the Solemn Warning, can't even activate it. We're gonna flip up the protocol. He's gonna Solemn Judgment. Not gonna work because of our other Altergeist protocol already on the field. Our face-up Altergeist cards cannot be negated and cannot be destroyed. Just can't be negated. I'm sorry. And then we're gonna summon the Silk from the graveyard, bounce the Pukari, bounce his card, swing in for the game, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is actually a good duel. Thank you so much for checking out the channel, and let me know if you're excited to see our new deck. I think the new deck might honestly be a little too strong for where we're at in the ladder, but it's not my fault that they didn't use their gems correctly. So yeah, expect another video towards the end of the day, and it will be a new profile for our new deck. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.